Hey everybody, it's Ori from AstroWeb, and this is an overview of the managed categories on Magento 2. So basically, I set up a Magento 2 demo site, and I want to show you the front end and the back end, and just briefly go over the categories. Okay. So very simple. This is just the sample site. Going to the home page, at the top, there are categories. Some categories have subcategories, and in each category, there are products and banners and information. Okay, great. And also some filters as well. Okay, so basically, if you log in to the backend, you're going to go to products and categories right here. Okay, now on the left-hand side, you see all of the list of the categories. If you click on the plus signs, you can go into the subcategories or subcategories. And from already existing categories, if they exist, what you can do is you can drag them and change their order. So either put a category into a different subcategory or different category, or change the order, right? So for example, if I wanted women to be before what's new, I'd basically just drag it. I would just go here, women before what's new, and you can see this horizontal line, and that's it. And then click OK to confirm. It might take a little time, and that's it. So after this, you probably have to refresh your cache, but that's the simple thing of reorganizing. If I want to put something inside a category, say I want women inside men's for whatever reason, I can do that, and then it went inside. Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay, so once it finishes refreshing, I'm just going to go over these tabs right here to actually manage a existing category or add a new one, which is basically the same thing. Okay. Okay, great. Okay. So now let's say I want to edit a specific category. Let's say men's jackets. Okay, the subcategory of under men's, a subcategory called tops, and then jackets. Okay, so I'm going to click on that. If you click on it on the left-hand side, it will actually fill it in, and now you're going to be editing this category called jackets, which the unique ID is 18. Okay, so under the general information tab, you have obviously the name itself, right? So the name itself, and is it active? Yes or no? Makes sense. Pretty simple. The URL key. So if you go to, let's go to men's tops jackets. Okay. Basically, the URL key would be this, jackets men, right? So jackets men, and our system, in the system configuration, we append the .html at the end. So basically, it would be this, okay, which is correct. The description, if we use it at all, you can use the WYSIWYG or just add information. Very, very simple. The image, if you use an image in your specific template, if you use it, then you can add an image. Let's see if we can try to, let's see here. Let's just get an image. Sorry. Let's get one image here and try to upload it, see what happens. Okay, so we can show a better example. Okay, so desktop. Okay, so I'm gonna add an image, desktop, and right here. So again, one really important thing about Magento is your theme, the way your theme is coded will dictate if some of these or all of these features will be available. Now, in some cases, if you use like a ready template or something, it may not enable you to use all features, which basically means that the template or the actual site was coded incorrectly or not using some of these features, but it should. Okay, so page title would basically be the title tag, the HTML title tag, which is this on the top. So let's do this. This is a test jacket for men's -tops. Okay. The meta description, the meta keyword, so key 1, key 2, and this is a search engine sentence about this category page. Okay, great. Do I want to include it in the menu navigation? Yes or no? Okay, again, depending on the template. Typically, it would refer to, do I want to have it here, as far as I can remember. Okay. Next thing, the display settings. Okay, so typically you're not going to change this too much. Okay, but what that does is enables the developer to add certain functionality, such as only have a static block, which in another video will explain how you add a static block to a specific category, product, or content page. Do you want to display only products or otherwise? Okay. So for example, in this specific one, if I click on, let's say, if I click on save here for jackets, you can see that jackets are basically displaying only products. Okay. So here I have 8, 9 products. Okay, so if I had a banner, if I had a static block, I could add something above this and add more functionality, maybe some banners, some widgets, or some kind of functionality. Okay, so if I refresh this, I believe that's, let's see, right here, display settings, static block only. Here's my image that we uploaded before, and there's basically nothing because I didn't add a static block. So this is a little bit more complicated, and you have to add it either in the coding or in more detail. But Magento really enables you to add more functionality. So let's put back products only. A specific CMS block. So again, this enables you to add more functionality, to change typically the left-hand navigation or others, depending on how your theme is coded. Okay, and the rest of the things are, is anchor basically talks about the layered navigation, the types of filters. So if you want to have such a filter like by color, by size, by price, things like that, you can toggle it on or off to enable that specific category to have filters or not. Okay, next ones are what are the available sort by options. So here we don't really have it. Let me see. Let's go to another category. But what are the available ones in the dropdown? Do you want to sort by price, by name, by etc., things like that? Okay. And then about the layered navigation itself. So I'm just going to move on for this. But you can kind of read about the specific one. What are the price steps between the pricing, layered navigation, things like that. Okay. Custom design enables us to apply different designs to that category page, either by a specific date or specify some custom XML to add some more functionality or more changes to that design. For example, if one category page wants to be different from another category page. Okay. And the last tab is about category products. So here you're going to associate which products are actually specified here, right? So what I would do is use this drop down to either see all of the ones that have already been checkboxed before. If I click on yes and then search, right? The ones that if I click on no, I can filter by ones that have not been checkboxed and maybe a specific name, right? So blue, I want to specify, these specific ones. And so basically I can look at the ones selected or not selected or any. So, and I can filter by my ID, my name, a SKU, a price range, or a position. And so what position does is if your category page has a filter of recommended or default positioning of a product, you can sort it out. So for example, I want this to be the first product sorted in the category page. This is the second one. This is the third one. This is actually, let's say, the fourth one. Okay. And let's click on save. Okay. So you can specify basically the position itself, which is this one, which is default, specified by the admin. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. The lower the number, the higher it is on the numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc., etc., or 20, 21, 22. Just the lower number should be the first one by this sort by position. Okay. that's basically it. So if you want to add a new category, you would just go to your default category, add another subcategory if it's within the same root category, right? Just add a new one and just fill out all the fields, especially the ones that are mandatory and all the rest. So that's it, basically. So hope this makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions.